College 101, application process. So you've done it. You have looked at schools, you've researched them, you've filled out that college decision matrix, you have decided kind of maybe what you want to do for a career, maybe not at all, and that's okay too. And now it's time. You are in your senior year, or you are an adult ready to go to college or ready to return to college. This is the application process. Consider applying to schools that you can see yourself attending, a REACH school, and a safety school. A REACH school is a college that will be challenging to get into, but that you'll feel good if you got in. A safety school is a college that is very likely to accept you. Schools that you can see yourself attending are those schools which you know you have a chance of getting into and that you can kind of see yourself at. Applying does not mean that you are required to attend college at that school. It just means that you are giving yourself the chance to be a student there. You can decline later if you decide against any certain school. After you have chosen which colleges interest you and hopefully you visited them, the next official step is to, number 1, fill out the online application, perhaps the Common App, and pay any associated fees. Number 2, write an admissions essay about a subject that they prompt you with. Number 3, gather supplemental materials, for instance, a portfolio, a supplemental essay, college recommendation letters, etc. Whatever the college has requested of you. Number 4, interview for admission. If it is a selective school, they are likely to want to interview you. Number 5, they'll send you an acceptance letter and potentially ask you to do some further assessments for college coursework. Number 6, attend orientation. So some schools will have you do all of these different things. At Bay College, our process is fairly simple. Number 1, you apply for free online at baycollege.edu. Number 2, you submit placement scores. We accept SAT, ACT, and college credit from other colleges. Number 3, attend orientation. We're going to work with you to get your college classes scheduled before or during orientation. Bay College is an open admission institution. That's why our process is so much simpler. International students, no matter where you go, you're going to have a much more rigorous application process just due to federal government rules. Proof of funding and several other things are required for the federal government. Start the process early. It may take a while to gather that information that is required, create an I-20, and get your visa approved by the embassy. Look for international student information on college websites to know more about each individual college and what they'll require of you. Early decision and early action. These particular things are good for students who are absolutely certain that they want to attend a certain selective institution. This process is one by which you would apply early. You would receive admissions decisions in advance of most other students. If you are in for early decision and you have had to apply specifically for early decision, then those plans are binding. If you have applied for early action, those plans are not binding. Also, be sure when you are applying to a school to submit a housing application if you're planning to live on campus or completing the necessary required steps for those schools that require you to live on campus. Submit scholarship applications at the deadline that is required by that institution. Submit the FAFSA and look for your award package. That is something that will come from each individual school's financial aid office. It will tell you what kind of scholarships, loans, grants, etc. you are eligible for at that particular school. Send deposits if required for that particular school. When you've made your final selection, contact the admission offices at the school you did not select and decline their admissions. That will stop them from contacting you further. If registered for classes at the school you didn't select, be sure to drop them before classes start. You don't want to be charged for classes you're not attending. You may need to contact the financial aid office and decline scholarships as well. If you have any questions that the admissions office at Bay College can assist you with, please feel free to contact us.